Uh, one day I'm going to beat this game. Oh, sorry. Good morning. Some interesting things happening in the news, and my favorite, Trump raising taxes on the rich people. Pretty much what no one has expected, and something that I think might actually destroy the Democratic Party. Would it destroy the Republican Party, though? That's the real question. Well, let's take a look at what the tax numbers are and see what would happen here. So, we are with the Daily Mail today, and they have reported that there is closed doors discussions, whatever that means, of high-ranking White House officials that they may adjust tax legislation. Now, what's the numbers, really? This is the number that they're probably going to go with. Steve Bannon, a Trump strategist, or former Trump strategist, proposes allowing the tax rate for top earners over $626,000 a year to revert to its pre-Trump level, basically. To go back from 37% to 39%. A modest increase. I'm not really for taxes going up at all, ever. But, I mean, if it's going to go up, at least it's not up on me. So this looks like it's only on income tax this is a high number for capital gains. Capital gains is a totally different tax system than this. So what would this do? Well, it might raise some money. Most taxes in the country and most income to the federal government are paid by these top earners. So you have to be careful what you do, because if they decide to move all their money out of the country, you're kind of out of money. A 2% increase is a lot of money, but not a lot percentage-wise of their money. So I'm not saying this is a good thing, but is it the world's worst thing? No, it's not. So, this is what I think. This is what Bannon is quoted in saying. Politically, it's game, set, match. It's a no-brainer. This would destroy the Democratic Party, and I think that's the reason they're floating the idea of doing it. It would piss off a few rich Republicans, but not enough to make a difference. Trump is different than George Bush Sr., where he said down here, they quote it, "Read my lips, no new taxes." And then he raised taxes just a little bit because he had to fund the war in Iraq. The first war, the Gulf War. Should have finished that back then, but that's a whole other video. Anyway, so Trump's far more liked than George Bush was. George Bush was a good, decent enough president. He was liked enough, but he was no Reagan. Trump is probably liked more than Reagan. I mean, I don't see people buying Reagan plates very much, but people are buying Trump actual silverware and dinnerware. Yeah, people like the guy that much. And honestly, I probably wouldn't be opposed to having some of that too. Trump, if you see this, I wouldn't mind a set of plateware. That'd be kind of awesome. I stayed at Trump Tower once. Best hotel I've ever stayed at least in Vegas. Amazing. And ironically, I'm going on a tangent here, but Trump Tower is one of the only hotels that doesn't have a casino in it, at least on the Strip in Las Vegas, or technically it's right off the Strip, like 100 feet or something. So if you're not really into gambling, but you want to be there, boy, that's a nice hotel. Oh man, I wish I could go back. Anyway, I think that's really why they're thinking about doing this. To destroy the Democratic Party, because you have the AOCs and Bernie Sanders people who are, eat the rich and, take them down. They're evil. The rich are just like everybody else. They want money. I mean, that's why you want them to be taxed. You want their money to buy you stuff. That's kind of the whole point. In all likelihood, this is probably to offset the no tax on tips thing that Trump has promised. I'm really curious whether he's ever going to deliver on that. I really doubt it. It's not something that's going to be easily done or easily, filed. I mean, how do you know what's a tip? Is it just restaurant tips? Do you have to work somewhere else? What if somebody just hands you money and says it's a tip? That's a whole nother thing. I'm waiting to see more information on that. Everyone in the Republican Party pretty much argues against raising taxes on anybody, which is not a bad idea. I don't think raising taxes is a good idea. If they're going to happen to anybody, at least it's happening to the rich and not me, but that's kind of how everyone feels. As long as it doesn't happen to me, who cares? But would it hurt the economy? It's 2%. It ain't going to help. Would it hurt? If it does, very little. It's probably not going to do much. I'll be honest. Am I for it? No. But I'm not really, going to cry if it happens. Same if Biden was to do it. Probably not a good idea, but it's probably not going to be the end of the world. Let's see. American Institute senior fellow Kyle Promilo said the budget people are trying to make the numbers work, and if you have the Trump people who seem open to it, but traditional conservatives do not seem to like it whatsoever. Okay, so he's just basically saying that. Yeah, it's simply reverting to the top tax rate could inject $400 billion over 10 years. That's not a lot of money. That really isn't. We waste that much money every year. So, actually, what is that? What would that number be? $400 billion over 10 years is what, $4 billion? No, $40 billion a year. So, that's not a lot. This is the current tax rates in America, if you want to know, by the way. According to the IRS, these are the numbers right now. So, it'd go from 37% for this basic number to 39%. It's not a lot, but it's something. Tax rates are crazy in America. You get basically a 10% tax on this. Now, I believe, and I'm not an accountant, do not take my word for this. This is just me spitballing. But with the standard deduction, doesn't pretty much most of the first this amount of money for the poorest people basically get returned to you? Most of it, at least. As far as income taxes go, Social Security, Medicare, those taxes probably stay. But you probably get most of your taxes back if you're making less than 10 grand a year. The more you make, the more they take. That's the way the old adage goes, and it's right. Is it a good idea? No. Married filing jointly. Okay, so they didn't specify whether they're open to raising the married rate. You think the married rate would be a little higher on joint income for 37%, but I guess not. You think it'd be double this number, but it's not. It's only like 100 grand more. Interesting. Yeah, did not know that, but okay. Anyway, what do you guys think? Should Trump raise taxes? Is it a good idea? Do you think this would actually hurt the Democratic Party? I think it would. I think this would make massive news, and I think it would destroy the Democrats entirely. They're all about taxing the rich, and then Trump goes, you know what? I could probably tax them a little bit. Might work. What? I mean, it's just too much. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to see anything different on this channel, let me know. I'm curious. I'm having a good time making these videos. It's kind of stress relief for me. I really enjoy it. I struggle a lot with stress sometimes, and this is a nice little way of kind of waking up in the morning and doing something that's takes my mind off of everything in the world. Ironically enough, taking my mind off of things in the world by looking at the news in the world, if that makes any sense. Anyway, have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.